Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. How are we feeling? How are we feeling? How are we feeling? Woo! Oh, boy. Let me give this thing a share while we're rolling. What is up, Chuck? Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. You already know it. You already know it. Woo! When we get a few people in here, we're going to get rolling. We're going to get talking about it. I'm going to give you my thoughts. What a game. Listen, Chuck. Are we playoff bound, buddy? Are we playoff bound, fellas? Oh, let me get locked in. How are we feeling? Are we playoff bound? How are we rolling? Oh, I know y'all watched that game. Three in a row. Three in a row. I know the first one was just Oakland. Yada, 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 yada. Oakland or not, you can only beat who's in front of you. And you know who's in front of us the last 2 weeks? Oh, only the freaking Philadelphia Eagles, the Super Bowl defending champions. Only the Kansas City Chiefs, who were on the field across from those Super Bowl defending champions just last year. That's just the two teams we beat. That's all. That's all we did. Woo! That is all we did. Guys, listen. They are on a streak, no doubt about it. Listen, post Quinnen Williams trade, we give up very little rushing yards to teams. Post Quinnen Williams trade, we are undefeated. Post Quinnen Williams trade and DeMarvion Overshown return, our DBs look like they can play freaking football. Okay. Post Quinnen Williams trade, is this Dallas Cowboys a completely different team? Are they? I said is. Are they? Forgive my grammar. Are the Dallas Cowboys a completely different team? Let me get you guys set up just a little different here. Let's see what we can do. Let me get you working. Here we go. Sorry about that. I was losing it. Are the Dallas Cowboys a completely different team? Goodness gracious. This is what happens when you just try to go on the fly, guys. Bear with me. This will work. We're just going to get up close and personal. Is that cool? Can we do that? Does that work? I'm not sure. All right. That's what you get. Yeah, the Packers beat the Lions. Can we beat the Lions? I believe we can. The Packers beat the Lions, which, believe it or not, is what we needed, right? When it comes down to the playoff picture, you kind of want the teams that can match you, which is the Packers because they have the tie along with us, and other teams like with Carolina, things like that. You kind of want these teams winning their divisions because then it can't hurt us as much. You want to be tied with teams with at least 10 wins because that tie gives you the overall advantage, right? So it was good the Packers beat the Lions. If we beat the Lions, that's even prettier because then it leaves them at 7, right? Which puts them even more at risk of being at 10 wins by the end of the season, which the tie gives it to us. And on top of that, if we beat the Lions, listen, maybe I'm jumping out on a limb. You guys tell me what you think. If we run this 3-0 board, right? If we do this, win these 3 games, Eagles, Chiefs, Lions in 11 days, are we not the NFC favorite? If the defense performs kind of like they did today, I know we gave up the late touchdown that made it 31-28 and put us at risk. But really, if you kind of look at that, it's a garbage time touchdown that you're kind of willing to give up. You just gave it up a lot earlier than you wanted to. You know what I mean? But all you asked your offense to do essentially was go get 30, 35 yards and finish the game. You had been moving the ball up and down the field pretty well. Go get 30 yards, and it's a done deal. They've only got 2 timeouts. That's all we're asking you to do. So it really feels like as soon as we were at 10, we gave up the garbage time touchdown, you know what I mean? Just a little sooner than you would like with a little over 3 minutes rather than just a little over 2 minutes, where all you really need is you come out, you get that 1 first down, 2-minute warning, yada, yada. You needed 2 or 3 first downs. But all you're asking your offense to do, who's supposed to be a pretty good offense and who is running the ball decently well, is to go out there and get 25 to 35 yards and finish the game out. And they did. They did. This Dallas Cowboys team is a team. Listen, the McCarthy regime, Shotty had these boys ready to play, y'all. I have not seen a McCarthy team this ready to play in big games like I did in the last 2 weeks. I've seen us before with the McCarthy regime come off that Oakland win. We'll beat Oakland in that same fashion. I'm sorry, I keep saying Oakland, Las Vegas. We'll beat the Las Vegas Raiders in that same fashion. But then when it comes next week against the Eagles and the Chiefs, you ain't get walked at home. We've seen that. Now, yeah, we've seen the hot 12-5 teams that look like they can't lose at home. But if you look at those schedules, look at who we played at home. We already know Dak owns the NFC East at home, so we're not talking about that. But go back and look at the other teams, right? And so that's what I'm saying. We are definitely going on a run after beating these two Super Bowl teams, bro. Listen, that's the two teams that were in the Super Bowl. Thank you, Aztec. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. That's what I'm talking about. Happy Thanksgiving. Hey, what's up? Happy Thanksgiving, Daniel Bree Sports Highlights. Hopefully I pronounced that okay. Happy Thanksgiving to all of you guys hanging out in here. Man, I'm so pumped. Speaking of being pumped, listen, W Energy. If you enjoy energy products, DUBBY, you can get 10% off all their stuff. Use promo code TSWA. It's short for the star we are. If you didn't know, I'm your man Jimmy J's here. If you didn't know, and the Cowboys just beat the Chiefs. If you didn't know,
and it wouldn't have without George Pickens.
Man, number 3. You know what happens if you draw another 3 and turn it backwards and put it up against that 3? It turns into an 8. You know what happens if you put another one next to that? It turns into an 88. Because this boy is playing like he's supposed to be wearing 88. And you know what? I'm not even saying CD ain't. So is CD. 7 for 112 in the tutty. 3, 92, 88, 87, 4, 33, 97, 35. Oh my gosh, give me some more Savon Rebel, please. Can I get some more Savon Rebel? Please. Happy Thanksgiving, Beatnik. Love you all. Love you guys. Man. Ooh. Oh, I don't know. I'm a little pumped. I'm a little ecstatic. How you guys feeling? Can we beat the Lions? Like, for real. And give me your reasons. If we can, why can't we? How can we beat the Lions? Listen, I'm just going over this game. Another 3rd week in a row against Oakland, start with a turnover in the first quarter. You start with a turnover and you get scored in. You're down 3-0. You get scored on, Against Philly, you start the game with a punt and then a turnover. You get scored on twice. Against the Chiefs, you start the game with a turnover. You get scored on first. Resilience wins championships. They say defense, yeah, true, but to hell with all that resilience. If you can win and play your best when down, how do you lose? How do you lose? Y'all help me out on this one. If this team continues to play like this, how do you beat them other than a late game field goal? How do you beat them other than you better be the last team with the ball and you better be able to close? Against the Eagles, 2 turnovers in the 4th quarter off a will. It was pure will to force those 2 fumbles and get the ball back when our offense needed it and wasn't even playing their best in the 4th quarter. It was will against the Chiefs in the 4th quarter that said, you know what? We're going to give up this touchdown, but this offense is going to go get the yards needed to finish. If you're resilient and you can win off of pure will because you know you trust your talent to be good enough, that's what I'm talking about, the difference in Shotty having this team prepared and Mike McCarthy having this team unprepared. Those kind of things are huge. Clutch, what is up? Momentum is a good word. Pickens is clutch, no doubt. Listen, y'all are preaching in the chat. Preaching, absolutely preaching. I can't speak enough on this defense, man. I think if they're going to have to, of course, accumulate the yards and look at it exactly, but I'm going to have to do some quick math, and Jimmy's pretty decent at it. Our defense has held teams to, I'm going to say, an average of about 61 yards rushing over the last 3 weeks. Let me tell you who those teams were and those running backs were. Ashton Genty, the Eagles offensive line, and Saquon Barkley, and the Chiefs and a Kareem Hunt who's been red hot. Pacheco and Kareem Hunt as a dual monster have been red hot the last 3 weeks. Go check it. I'm not lying to you. They've both been in the end zone multiple times. Those are the run teams that our defense just averaged, I don't know, about 61 yards rushing in 3 weeks. Quinnen Williams, difference maker. Listen, I know I'm going to be the first one to admit it. I'm going to walk it back because I'm going to tell you right now that Jimmy said, man, when we gave up a first and that high second, though, we could have just gave up 2 firsts for Sauce Gardner. I feel like that second round pick is going to be real high because we're going to lose a bunch of games and blah, 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 blah. Listen, I'd have gave you 3 firsts for Quinnen Williams. If you'd have showed me those 3 games of tape before trading for him, I'd have gave you 3 firsts for Quinnen Williams. Listen, ask Green Bay right now. The sack streak that Micah Parsons has been on in the last 3, 4, 5 weeks, they would have gave up 3 firsts for Micah Parsons with that kind of play. You know what I mean? They would. I promise. So these draft picks have been absolutely worth it. Landry and I were talking about it the other night. When we're looking at the draft, man, you really got to draft for the future because if you can get a George Pickens for a 3rd-round pick, if you can go acquire a Quinnen Williams, then why not keep doing that, Jerry? Use all these draft picks you got and just go get those bona fide, guaranteed like guys that we know are showing up and doing stuff. Go get me somebody who I already know can be a dog in the NFL on Sunday. Landry just said it. Get me somebody who I know is good on Sundays already. Spend those draft picks on that. You know what I mean? We got to listen, guys. Playoffs or not, whatever the rest of this season does or not, we might have a couple more down games. We've seen it against Denver. We've seen it against Arizona. We might upset a couple teams like the Chiefs and the Eagles and blow out the Chargers and beat the Commanders again. And, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. The Vikings obviously were looking like they might be a threat when the season started on our schedule. Not so much anymore. So does it look like we can win out or maybe lose to the Lions and then win out? Absolutely. After those 2 performances, you absolutely can. It does look realistic. And I'm going to tell you, if this team sneaks into the playoffs, it is not a team you want to see. They're scary. They've got scary weapons. Shoddy is absolutely doing – let me tell you, where McCarthy failed in the end of halves and at the end of fourth quarters and the end of games and sometimes would just tuck and run. He would tuck, for the lack of better words, he would tuck between his legs and run. And Schottenheimer is grabbing both of them with one hand while putting a middle finger in the air with the other one and calling whatever he wants to call. That's saying, I trust you. Get it done, 4. Get it done, 3. Get it done, 88. Get it done, 87. Get it done, offensive line. I'm calling whatever I want to call. The last week's play, shout out Skywalker, still last week's play when in the first game when George Pickens hits the slant to start against the Eagles and he holds on to it until the end of the game and wins with it. Shoddy is dialing, y'all. Coach of the year, he's got to listen. If we only lose 1 game going out and somehow make the playoffs, Brian Schottenheimer has to win Coach of the Year. I don't give a damn. Just because everybody said he was going to be nothing. Just because everybody underestimated him. He has to win Coach of the Year based off that. You can go rewind all the 3 and 4 letter networks, please, and tell me how much they were clowning. They went and hired Schottenheimer with Ben Johnson and blah, 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 all these names out there. They went and hired Brian Schottenheimer. This is a safe move. This is a Jerry move. This is another pushover. Yes, man. He's been around the locker room kind of guy. No, it was the right move. Brian Schottenheimer was the best move for this football team, not just the right move. Let me get that clear. Slap yourself, Jimmy. It wasn't the right move. It was the best move. Okay? Man, I'm excited, y'all. I know. I've been there. It's been a long day. I got up real early this morning. Sorry if I'm looking out of there. Real early this morning. Stressful day. Obviously, when you got a Thanksgiving day, a game against the Chiefs, and you're cooking a bunch of food, and your wife's smacking you upside the head because you're doing it all wrong, and it's a long day. But boy, what an ending, right? What an ending to a beautiful, beautiful Thanksgiving. God bless Thanksgiving. God bless all you guys. Pumped. You beat Detroit. You have to be the NFC favorites. I don't care. NFC favorites. You have to be. You beat the Eagles in the fashion you beat them in. You beat the Chiefs in the fashion you beat them off of their red-hot win against the AFC's best team. The AFC's best team is no doubt the Colts coming into this week where the Chiefs just beat them last weekend. So the defending Super Bowl contenders on the AFC side who just beat the AFC's best team and you just come off of beating the NFC's defending Super Bowl champions, to me, that kind of means you just bested the 3 best teams in the league. Outside of the Rams, let me tell you about Los Angeles and Matt Stafford and them boys over there. They're real. Okay, you don't want. I said it last year. I told Landry, Rams are the team you don't want to see in the playoffs. They'll get somebody, and they tried to make a run last year. They're even more capable of doing it this year. So, and luckily we don't have them on the schedule. It'd be nice to see that. Hopefully, the Dallas Cowboys and the Los Angeles Rams are the 2 best teams in the NFC, and we can be in a conference championship together. I'd love nothing more. Matthew Stafford versus Dak Prescott. Pass the torch. That's very fair. That's right. That's right. Yeah. Landry, pointing out, you got to look at it and be a little disappointed that you lost against an Arizona. You lost against a Carolina team who, they've won some games, but if you look at their schedule and kind of look at how they've been playing, Bryce Young's still averaging like 180 a game and stuff like that. They're not great. That you lost some games you should have won. You could be 7-4-1, 7-3-1. You're really supposed to kind of beat the Packers and not even have a tie. You're supposed to beat the Eagles week 1 and have walked the entire NFC East if CeeDee Lamb doesn't drop some balls. Think about that. You don't tie and you somehow get the win against the Packers. CeeDee Lamb catches those 2 huge passes and you beat the Eagles week 1. Just those 2 games. That's 2 more NFC wins and it's another NFC East win. You would be on pace to go sweep the NFC East and end up at 11 wins. You know what I mean? And that's just how close we were. And think about that, guys. That was when our defense was piss poor, for lack of better words. Excuse my language on Thanksgiving. Our defense was piss poor, for lack of better words, in those games. Our defense is stellar now. I don't know how else to say it. You average giving up about 60-something yards a week for 3 weeks against good running backs and good offensive lines and good running teams. And you're not giving up. You haven't given up 30 again yet since Quinnen Williams. This game just now was the most you've given up.
Only good performances since Quinnen Williams.
Only good, Landry said, only good performances since the arrival of Quinnen Williams. That's 100% true. Cowboys can rope the Rams. Come on. Okay, I like it. Hey, listen, I love the analogy. I love all of it. Rams are legit. Yes, Chuck, they are. Beatnik says we can rope them, and we can. Rams are just as ropeable as horses. They got big on horns. You can get one of them, pull them down real good. Listen, I love it. I love it, guys. Thank you for the likes. Hey, if you're in here watching, smash that like real quick. How about them Cowboys, right? Woo! Woo! Oh, man. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. Check us out this Saturday. We got a super dope episode coming up. Josie and Sam, fangirl episode. Be real fun. Oh, we got 2 games to talk about because you got to think about that. We didn't have an episode this week, so we got the Chiefs and the Eagles to wrap up in 1 week. That's going to be fun. Road to 6 segment is going to be fun this week, boy. We got 2 games to wrap up. We beat them both. Listen, if these boys ain't playing for Marshawn, I don't know what they're playing for, man. Rest in peace, my young guy, because I'll be damned. This team is on fire right now. They just are. Shout out Shoddy. Shout out Eberflus. Got some players and turn this thing around. Dude. If you're with me in the chat, put up a 4. Let me tell you some of the plays that I want to drop some bombs, but it's Thanksgiving. Lord, I'm going to hold my tongue. Thank you for that wonderful food that I'm so full on right now. I'm going to hold my tongue. But, boy, put some 4s in the chat. Somebody put some 4s in the chat because if my quarterback didn't throw some dots, the one play, 3rd down, in the goal line to go, he rolls out of a sack, turns around, and across his body slings a dot to George Pickens, who's standing at the pylon just waiting for a football to hit him right in his palms, and it did. Oh, Dak made some throws today, man, that I can't even – the 22, 4's in the chat. Let's go, because I'm telling you, Dak made some throws today. He's playing like a top 4 quarterback. He might be playing. There's a couple of analysts have said, and I usually don't care what the 3 or 4 letter network said, but when they say these things, I'm going to listen. Some of them said Dak it's hard to play the position better. Who is playing quarterback better than Dak Prescott? He's at least playing like a top 4 quarterback right now. So number 4. We've got Jimmy called it a top 4 rushing game in the league right now. Malik Davis come off the couch and playing better than Jaden Blue. We did everything we could to give that young man Jaden Blue an opportunity. Shoddy tried and tried and tried. He finally got his first start. You know what he did? You know what Sam told us on Sammy Says It All during the news on the Star Wars Live? She said Jaden Blue, after learning he was going to get his first start, went out there and wore him some Louis Vuitton cleats to practice and got some blisters on his feet and wasn't running right. So we gave Jaden Blue so many opportunities to get on this football field, and he just couldn't do it. And I was really cutting for the young man out of Texas, of course. You want guys you draft to be good. And while he might be a good athlete and a decent running back, he just wasn't good for our team. The discipline, it wasn't there. Malik Davis come off the couch and said, "I got you, coach. Put me in, coach." That's the truth. When you hear people say, "Hey, put me in, coach," and put me in, coach, that's literally Malik Davis is like, "I will try to play for you," and he's playing his butt off. Big run. I told Landry, I said, Malik Davis can try to bust one today. He busted it all the way. He smashed it. Big run all the way to the house. He did it last week for about 23, 24. So I didn't see CeeDee Lamb drop a ball, Landry said. That's a very, very good point. I did not see CeeDee Lamb drop a football. That's good. He's not supposed to. How much did we pay him? $32 million a year? 33. You're not supposed to drop footballs. You're supposed to catch them. You're a wide receiver. You use your hands. You catch the footballs. No, but listen, sometimes they get the yips. This year he's had it. I think it's 8 or 9 drops. It's the most he's had in any other single season. But he's cleaning it up. He's playing good. He's on some of these routes he ran today. He was wide open, unguardable. George Pickens might be the best after the catch receiver we've seen in 3-4 years. I don't know what you do if you're not immediately trying to tackle him when he does have the football in his hands. Granted, he fumbled once at the end of the game, and Speedy Turpin come and save the day. But if you put the ball in his hands with any kind of space, somebody's missing or getting shed. It seems inevitable. He's breaking one. I bet. I do not even know this stat, and I'm being serious. I don't know this stat, but I would be willing to put my money on George Pickens leading wide receivers in broken tackles. Seriously. And yards after catch is probably pretty up there too. Maybe a Puka Nacua, somebody like that. Jackson Smith and Jigma might have him. But yards after catch and broken tackles, I bet Pickens is right up there. He's got to be, after this game, still top 3 or 4 in yards. Lamb is going to have climbed his way up to probably top 12 or 13. But remember, he missed several games, right? So this offense is clicking. This offensive line, since the return of Cooper Beebe. Hey, shout out real quick. While I say offensive line, shout out Nate Thomas. Tyler Guyton wasn't on the field today, y'all. Did you recognize? Did y'all realize that Tyler Guyton wasn't starting today? I've completely forgot until right now. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm gonna tell you the honest truth on this Thanksgiving. I did not remember Tyler Guyton was not playing over there. Nate Thomas did nothing wrong as far as I'm concerned. I don't remember a bad. I mean, obviously Dak had some pressure on some plays and yada yada. It looked like the NFL, but it didn't look like anybody was just whooping our tackles. So Terrence Steele has played better ever since that little injury he had. Nate Thomas played outstanding today for Tyler Guyton. Short weeks, you need guys to step up. Guys are going to be injured. That happens. So lots of good things. Logan Wilson kind of being Johnny on the spot as far as when he's in the area and a tackle is to be made, he does make it, right? Maybe the ball does get caught in front of him or beside him or yada, yada, and he's not, you can't expect these linebackers to be like cornerbacks and just be getting pass deflections and PBUs and just causing damage like that. They're in zone coverage playing, and especially if they're a man, they're doing the best they can, these linebackers. But Logan Wilson is kind of Johnny on the spot, right? And that's what they talked about when picking him up. Matt Eberflus talked a lot about his instincts and like being that Johnny on the spot guy. And he makes the tackle. When he's around the guy who catches the ball, that guy goes down. When he's in the gap that the running back is coming through, the guy usually goes down. So I got to give Logan Wilson a little credit. I was over here screaming, when you give up a 7th-round pick for a guy, in Cincinnati, we probably would have took a 10th round. We just don't have that many. But when you give up take a 7th-round pick for a guy, he's probably not worth much. And I was wrong. Logan Wilson's out there on the field contributing for us. And for a 7th-round pick, I'll take that all day long. Are you with me? Are you picking up what I'm laying down? I tell you what, this defense is starting to pick up what Eberflus is laying down. This offense is picking up everything Shotty is laying down. And you know what Shotty is laying down? The wood, the paddle, the belt. Because like I said, dude is calling whatever he wants to call, and this offense looks absolutely on fire. I can't wait to go back and look at some of this, the highlights, the sounds from the sideline, the all 22. There's going to be so much good in this game. So much good. If any of you guys are film watchers, Listen, look up on how to get the all 22. It's not a bunch. I know things are tight in this economy. It's not a ton, but man, you can really dive in on how this football stuff works and see where our guys are absolutely winning for us and how we just went on this 3-game stretch and why it looks like we really, really have the opportunity to make it 4 and more. It really does. Can 4 win 4 and make it more? We've seen teams get hot. This would not be the first time in the NFL where a team went on a 7 or 8 game win streak at all. It would not even be close to the first time that happened. So, and you get through the biggest threats on your schedule, you can absolutely be that team that goes on a 7-8 game win streak. There's no reason you can't. You're playing as hot as you can right now. You could have easily, with the bad start, lost this game. Think about it. Turnover, touchdown, punt, touchdown. Last week, punt, touchdown, turnover, touchdown, punt, touchdown. You started 21-0 and 14-0 in the last 2 weeks. You turn it around and you win those games. That's against those teams. You were down. I'm going to reiterate this one more time, guys. 4 days ago, we were down 21-0 against the Philadelphia Eagles, defending Super Bowl champs. Today, hours ago, we were down 14-0 to the team that was across from them, representing the AFC in the Super Bowl, and we still beat both of those teams. That's 35 points worth of deficit we were in these last 2 games, and we beat those two teams being the teams representing the freaking NFL Super Bowl. If I'm not allowed to give me a how about them Cowboys, and I don't know what we're doing. How about them Cowboys, baby? Hi to you as well. I'm feeling high as a kite right now if this Cowboys win. Woo-hoo! We won. Absolutely.
Go Cowboys.
That's right. DC4L. Howdy, howdy, howdy. Man. Guys, I don't know if you're as pumped as I am. I don't know if you are. Detroit better wake up. Detroit, and I was telling Landry too, I was like, man, Detroit loses twice in a row. Is Detroit one of those teams that's really going to lose 3? You're going to lose 3 in a row, Detroit? Cowboys, you're going to win 4 in a row, right? Because the Cowboys did not look like a team 2 or 3 weeks ago that could win 4 games in a row. And the Detroit Lions did not look 2 or 3 weeks ago like a team that would lose 3 games in a row. And both of those scenarios are on the line next Thursday. Boy, I would have really liked this game to be on Sunday so we could get kind of a 10-day break. You know what I mean? But whatever. Let's go. We got to play them 1 week, Thursday. 3rd game in the 11th day. But you know what? They played today too. So they're coming off a 7-day break as well. I think everybody who played on Thanksgiving is basically coming off the same thing. You played Sunday, you played this Thursday, now you play next Thursday. Or at least the Lions do. The Chiefs, I guess the Chiefs and the other teams that played today are going to get pushed till Sunday. But you know what I mean. I don't know what I mean. I do know one thing. My quarterback is playing like if Dak Prescott runs this table or gets this team to 10 wins and gets to the playoffs and ends up in a conference championship, he has to win MVP. Shotty has to win Coach of the Year. I can't iterate that enough, guys. You don't know what Schottenheimer has done. You might just look at it now and be like, oh, man, this team's actually turning out to be pretty good since Quinnen Williams and Demo and da-da-da-da. No, Shotty has been dialing this offense all season. Shotty has been putting belt to butts all season. This defense literally against Denver and against Arizona, the defense struggles were so bad they were leaking into the offense, and it showed. We get a bye week. We make a trade. We get healthy with Demo, Savone Rebel, Malik Hooker coming back, right? Logan Wilson added to the mix. You get guys healthy. You get guys back. You add Pro Bowlers like Quinnen Williams, and all of a sudden it's a different story. Shotty already had this thing cooking. If you're real and you've been around, then you already know this thing was only a mid defense away from being a contending team. It might be too little too late, and that's what we'll talk about. Join us Saturday on the Star We Are Live. We will tell you, is it too little too late when we spin the record. Trey Diggs, let me tell you, if he can come back and provide something more than Traquez Bridges, which I really believe he can, then this defense just gets even better. And that's real talk. If Trey, that should be a simple answer. Is Trey Diggs better than Traquez Bridges? even if he's only 80% of Trey Diggs? I think that answer is yes. And if it is a yes, or it should be a resounding yes, then that means our football team gets better when Trevon Diggs gets back. This defense that has highly improved and has almost turned the complete 180 gets even better when Trey Diggs returns. So great question. Great. I know the question was just Trey Diggs, but good. Yes, better. You get better when he gets back. That you can say. That I will say. Oh, man. Again, thank you guys for being in here. If you're in here, smash that like. I appreciate you spending your time. I appreciate you being a fan. Fandom is what it's about when it comes to the star we are. If you're in here watching and you want a chance at a signed Michael Irvin jersey, go follow us on Twitter and check. We'll run through the page and find the details on that. We got a raffle going right now. Winner will be announced on December 4th. You got a chance to win a signed Michael Irvin jersey. Go get your hands on some of that. Man. I got to get, we got to start closing this thing out and getting back to Thanksgiving and getting back to family time. But listen, guys, Jimmy had to come in here and get real for a second. I had to come in here and tell you exactly my thoughts and my feelings because my team had me sweating. Every Thanksgiving game has me sweating. Every time we play the Chiefs or somebody in red, like the Cardinals and the Chiefs or the Niners, I sweat every time. I just do. Denver, I don't think my quarterback can beat that team. But the last 2 weeks, I know we own the Eagles, but once going down 21-0 to the Eagles, I felt owned. There was no way we were going to win that game, right? 24 unanswered. Come on. And no way you're going to beat the Chiefs who just beat the hottest team in the AFC, the Indianapolis Colts. And no way you're going to beat the Chiefs when you just went down 14-0 to start the game up against that hot team who just beat the other best team in their conference. No way. You did. Put 31 up on them. I'm going to say it again. Put 31 up on them in basically 3 quarters. Is that goal regulation size or what? Is that good? Is that good, Cowboys Nation? Is the Golly 31 in basically 3 quarters against the Super Bowl, contending representatives? 24 unanswered against the Super Bowl champions? Is that good or what? Can Jerry get any kind of credit? Sometimes I hate him just as much as y'all, but can Jerry get any credit for George Pickens and Quentin Williams? Can we give the guy something? Hell, if you just want to make up that it was some magical fairy floating around AT&T Stadium that made their trade, give the credit because the credit is deserved, highly deserved. Those two guys, 3 and 92, have changed this football team drastically. The fact that Quentin Williams is paid through 3 more years. You can franchise tag Pickens for 2 if you absolutely had to. He may not like it, but he's going to get paid a lot of money doing that. It'll be around the $30 million mark. He'll make $60 million over the next 2 years just off of franchise tags. You can find a way to keep him, but I think you can just get a deal done. I don't think he's going to be like, oh, you better give me way more than CD. I think he might just be like, brother, it'd be real easy for the Cowboys and George Pickens and CD Lamb for everybody to feel real comfortable and just be like, you know what? Just match it. Just give me exactly CD's contract. Done. Done for all parties. Done. Give that man just exactly CD's contract. That puts him as the 4th highest paid receiver in the league. You ain't got to worry about who's making more in Dallas, yada, yada, whatever. There's none of that BS talk. Done. That works for the Cowboys and for George. Or you can, which is, listen, over the next 2 years, that contract would equal about 60 anyway. You franchise tag him, you're going to pay him about 60 anyway. So just get that contract done. Easy. Done. I think so. That's a no-brainer. Quentin Williams already here for 3 years. Demo, go ahead. That's another one. You know what? Due to the Micah trade, Demo, the way he's playing, all you're asking him to stay healthy. You can't give players contracts based on injuries. You give contracts based on we know how good you are at football when you're on the field. Get Demo signed. Done. Please. Remember, when Jerry traded Micah, we got a couple things done. Tyler Smith. Deron Bland, right? We got some early contracts and we're like, oh, okay, we see you, Jerry. I see you. Keep that train going. Good things. Good. Very good things all in Cowboys Nation right now off of 3 dubs. Speaking of dubs, Dub, DUBBY, Energy, W Energy. You can get 10% off all their great product. Use promo code TSWA. Also, Cowboy Revolution Apparel Company, CRAC. I call it crack because the clothes are addicting. You can get 15% off their apparel if you use that same promo code TSWA. Cowboys Nation. Who played the best? Put the number in the chat. You got your favorite player, whether it's your favorite player or the person who played the best tonight or this afternoon, put their number in the chat. I don't care what number it is. We were dropping fours in the chat earlier for Dak because he's been an absolute superstar, a superstar. And, okay, we got four. Put whoever in the chat, whatever you think is rocking, because there's a lot of numbers on this team that deserve some credit right now. You know who deserves some credit? Man, my wife whipped it up. I'm so stuffed, y'all. I really don't know how I'm talking to y'all. I've refrained from burping on this microphone 17 times since we've been live in 35 minutes, and my, this jacket feels like it's going to pop off me. I'm so loaded right now. Thanksgiving was so good. I hope y'all's Thanksgiving was just as good. Bless you guys all for being in here with me. 92. Yeah, man, there's some numbers. I'm telling you, some guys who deserve credit. If you just had to look at the last 3 weeks and count Pro Bowl play and count Pro Bowl players, I can give you 6 off top. I can give you 5, 6 guys who deserve Pro Bowl off top. 4, 92, 3. Probably both our guards, honestly. You really want to talk, probably our entire interior offensive line. The last 3 weeks, Cooper Beebe and them 2 young guards on the left and right of him, them boys, we've got, honestly, listen, and Nate Thomas played really good tonight, but with Tyler Guyton on the left side and Terrence Steele playing like a top 15, 16 right tackle, with those 3 pieces in the middle, we might have one of the more dangerous offensive lines in the league over the next 2 or 3 years. That's very, very possible. It really is. We could very, very well have one of the top 3 or 4, if not, if they progress, if the young guys, because remember, the 3 pieces in the middle are young. One's on his 2nd year, one's on his 3rd, the other one and got paid, and the other one's a rookie. So you're on year 1, 2, and 3, and then you're in the interior of your offensive line, and the young one who's in year 3 has already made a Pro Bowl for you, Tyler Smith. So I mean, I don't know, you can't ask for much more than that. How about the number 1? Let's finish the season number 1. Well, I don't listen. If the Eagles, oh boy, I almost lost you. Look at that, caught you. I got you, Cowboys Nation. I'm not CeeDee Lamb. I'm not going to drop you. No, I'm just kidding. Shout out to CD. He played a wonderful game tonight. No, I'm not trying to cap CD. It was just a bad joke. It was a tasteless joke. Forgive me. No, but listen, if the Eagles go on some kind of a downfall like they did in 2023, right? If the 2023 Eagles season is loading currently, then we could end up number 1 in the East. It's going to be tough. You got to win out. Obviously, you can't lose even one more. I know. I scared myself. I'll tell you, well, you know what? These last few games scared me, but we prevailed. And just like that fall scared you and scared me, we prevailed. I caught it, and we made it out of the other end. We made it. All right. Man. Yeah, the 1 seed winning the East is going to be tough. You're obviously asking the Eagles to go on a pretty big downfall. It can happen. They can get slipped. They can get beat by the Bears tomorrow, right? We'll all be watching that. Obviously, they can definitely lose. I forget who's on their schedule, but they've got a couple they can lose. We beat them after being down 21-0 to them. So, guys, I appreciate you coming in here with me. This is super fun. Man, I could talk all night about this game. I could talk about how Javonte Williams, you know what? And shout out, I've been giving a lot of other people credit, and mostly to my wife for the Thanksgiving that was absolutely brilliant today. But I'm gonna give myself some credit because I said before the season ever started, and before we even knew Javonte Williams was just going to be an outright number 1 back. I said it on the show. I said it to everybody. Dallas will finish as the 4th best running team in the NFL. We'll finish the season the 4th best run team. Add up all the different metrics, and we'll be somewhere around 3 or 4, and I put us at 4. And as of right now, I think as of a week or 2 ago, we were at 5 on a couple metrics, some of the big ones like yards per game, Javonte Williams, rushing yards, things like that, right? I think he was at 6. As of right now, Look at Malik Davis for burst and the way our offensive line is blocking since they got back healthy. Do we have a top 5 run game? It's hard to say that we don't. Whether you want to say the pass is opening up the run or the run and is opening up the pass, with the personnel we got, the young offensive line we got, is just dangerous. That's all you can say. That's a guarantee. Is it's just dangerous. Stopping the Cowboys is just hard. Go Birds. Well, go somewhere. You got to go to Chicago tomorrow, right? Or is that game at home, outdoor? Are y'all at home or y'all going on the road? Let me know. But no, listen, y'all can beat Chicago. I don't care. Chicago beat us. So I don't care if they lose some games. I need the Packers to win that division anyway, because the Packers got the tiebreaker over us with the tie. And I think they might have more NFC wins. So I would like the Packers to win that division. So yeah, tomorrow, go Birds all you want. Beat the Bears. I don't care. I know I'm not rooting for Philly at all, but I'm just saying tomorrow I could care less. I couldn't care less if they lose. It would actually benefit Dallas. It's in Philly at the link. Yeah, y'all probably get it. A bounce back win from what just happened against y'all to us. You know, after going up 21-0 and then losing that one, I'm sure that's tough. I'm sure Sirianni and Jalen Hurts and crew are going to want to turn around. And you know what? And I wouldn't expect anything less of them. They're the defending champs. You're supposed to. After coming off a road loss like that, you're supposed to go back home and just take care of Chicago. We were supposed to beat Chicago, you know? So that is what it is. If you guys do it, then you do it. But you probably got the East. But until y'all get to see us again, because outdoor, I would really love nothing more than for you guys to somehow end up in the 2 seed. Because I think the Rams might get the NFC East. The Packers get hot, they could get it. But the Rams might get the NFC. Not the East, but just the NFC in general. If you guys were to end up the 2 seed and Dallas slides into the 7 seed, and we got to see y'all week 1 at the link. Playoff round 1, wild card round 1. Let's go at the link, Dallas versus Philly. Y'all don't want that game. Outdoor, Jalen Hurts and Jalen Carter do not want that game. Nick Sirianni, I promise you, does not want that game. You know who does? Brian Schottenheimer wants that game. Dak Prescott wants that game. Quentin Williams would love that football game. I know. I see you laughing with your birds. Laughing it on up. 24 unanswered, big dog. 24 unanswered. Always think about that. Think about that outdoor. 2 straight 3-and-outs and a turnover to start the game and give y'all a 21-point lead. And then y'all didn't hardly even move the ball for the rest of the entire game. What if our offense was actually on and we scored 14 to match y'all's 21 early on? We walk y'all out of that building. We walk you out with a double-digit win. Don't let us go to the link and get up by 10. I hope. Listen, like I said, I want nothing more than Philly 2 seed, Dallas 7 seed. Let's get it. Seriously, let's get it. Man. All right. Well, look, guys, I got to get back to Thanksgiving. Got to get back with the fam. One of them's right here anxiously waiting. I think we might go throw the glow ball outside for a little bit. So we're gonna get up out of my YouTube show, chump. Now we're fixing to go toss the football around, man. Happy Thanksgiving, guys. It's always a blessing. The star we are, what we do, we try to give back. Hashtag team give back. That's what we are. We fan responsibly for fans, by fans, fans like you. Giving back to fans who necessarily can't for themselves. That's kind of what we do and what we're about. So, tune into the Star We Are and everything we do. Thank you for being here on this little live reaction, instant reaction show, whatever you want to call it. I had to go live. I don't do this a ton, but I'll probably do it more often. It was real fun. Interacting with y'all was super cool. Even Philly fans jumping in here, always welcome. Love the chatter. Love the back and forth. A little bit of heated rivalry is all right. We just got to be nice. No fighting in the stadium like those other guys, right? Outdoor. We just got to keep it real. Happy Turkey Day to everybody. Absolutely. Absolutely. Love and peace to all. And remember who is the most important thing and who runs this show. Always keep that on your mind and on your heart. And with that being said, Jimmy is going to tune out and tune in to some Thanksgiving night football. We have got the Bengals versus the Ravens. Joe Burrow showing back up. The return of Joe B. What's it going to look like? Hey, peace outdoors. That's absolutely right. Peace, brother. That's right. Football is football. Leave it on the field, man. We can go hard on the field. When we're off the field, we're all human. It's all love. It's all peace. Absolutely. But no, thank you guys again. Make sure you're tuned in. Make sure you subscribe. Check out everything we do. Can't thank you enough. And Jimmy's going to sign up out of here, go throw around the glow ball, and then check out some Thanksgiving evening football. Man, all I can really say right now is how about them Cowboys?